By default, elementary OS comes with Pantheon Terminal, so if you hit the Window T key or Super T, you will get the Pantheon Terminal. It is not a bad terminal at all. In fact, it's a fairly good-looking terminal. But if you're like me, you've used GNOME Terminal for years and years. There's just certain things that you've come to know and love about GNOME Terminal. So I'm going to show you how to install GNOME Terminal, as well as remove Pantheon Terminal and make it so that the shortcut Super T will open up GNOME Terminal and show up in the application drawer. So currently right now, if you type in terminal, you'll get the Pantheon Terminal come up. So we're going to make it so that GNOME Terminal is your default terminal all the way around. So the first thing you're going to do is open up the App Center, and we will search for GNOME Terminal. You'll know it's the GNOME Terminal because it'll say 3.18.3, and that's the currently supported version of GNOME in the Ubuntu repositories. So we'll click install there, and we will validate. Okay, so you close that, and then you open up the application drawer, and you search for terminal, and you're still not going to get the GNOME Terminal. All you're going to get is the Pantheon Terminal. And this is because there are some very specific settings in the desktop file for GNOME that only allow it to work with Unity. So what we're going to do is open up the terminal, Pantheon Terminal, and we're going to say sudo scratch text editor, and then we're going to go to user, share applications, GNOME Terminal desktop, and we're going to add our password, and then in Scratch, which is the default text editor in Pantheon. So we're going to go down to line 17, and we're going to add a hash in front of that. That line says only show GNOME Unity, and so we're going to comment that out. And then line 24 says only show in Unity. We're going to comment that out, and we're going to save this and close it. And now when we open up our application drawer and we search for terminal, we'll get two terminals now showing. So the first one opens up the Pantheon, and the second one opens up, still opens up Pantheon. Whoops. It's hard to tell the two apart. Okay, so there we go. So now the one of the two of them will open up Pantheon, the other one will open up GNOME. So obviously that's a bit of a confusing scenario, and still when we use the Super T key, it's still Pantheon Terminal that shows up. So the way around this is to change the configurations. So what we're going to do here is, if you don't already have dconf editor installed, we're going to use dconf editor. This is the preferred method for editing these configurations. So we'll open up dconf editor, and we'll go to org, we'll go to GNOME, we will go to desktop and applications and terminal, and then in here we will change X terminal emulator value to GNOME Terminal. And we'll change the exact args to nothing. Okay, and then we'll close that. Now when we hit the Super T key, GNOME Terminal pops up first. Okay, and then the way to get the other terminal result out of our application drawer, we'll come into the App Center and we'll search for Pantheon Terminal. And we'll know it's Pantheon Terminal by the fact that it says 0.4.03, and that's the current version of Loki. And we'll uninstall. We'll close that. Now when we search for terminal, we have one result that comes up, and that's our GNOME Terminal. So there you have it. Very little in the way of terminal commands used to make this switch, and fairly easy to do. And there you go. You have your GNOME Terminal. You've got your environment just the way you like it. Hope this helps.